The Patriots announced their captains. They've also released Jabril Peppers, another former captain, gone, and I've said it for a while. Mike Vrabel has been the godfather. He has knocked out all the capos that have been here in the past. I know Hunter Henry is still here and will be a captain again this year. But another statement made. I don't know. I can't tell you why Jabril Peppers was cut. It had to be about money. Was it off-field stuff? Was it just they wanted to go in a new direction? Did they want to use him less but didn't want to keep him around for it to be maybe poison in the locker room? I don't know. I don't know the answer. It just came after the 53-man rosters were set. Right, so another captain, Gonzo, done. Speaking of Gonzo, Marcus Jones was named a captain. I'm sniffing around on that one. The status of Christian Gonzalez for week 1 is in question. I've brought it up on the show before, and I got pushback. So you know what I do? I bring it back up again when it matters. I'm starting to think of the future when it comes to Christian Gonzalez, his injuries, and I've asked it before, so I'll ask it again. Is Christian Gonzalez an injury-prone player? I'll let that resonate for a little bit. He's got a long contract coming up. Have you seen the numbers of some of these other corners and what they're making? Surtain and some others. When you think about the New England Patriots, when it comes to their corner, their quarterback, and tackle, that's a part of the solution for the future. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't feel great about it because of the money. I think the Patriots probably have to pay a player like this, but could there be a future contract dispute? Could it be something that's out there? And I just wanted to bring this up as well. Sauce Gardner in a contract year. Kind of laid down for the team a little bit. Didn't play as hard. Still got the money. Could you see that type of season from Christian Gonzalez, who right now doesn't look like he's going to be playing in week 1? We'll certainly get into that. The Patriots and Raiders this week, though. Think about the storylines, everybody. Tom Brady, now part owner of the Raiders. Pete Carroll, former Patriots head coach. Geno Smith now leaves Seattle, comes to the Raiders, beat the Patriots last year in a comeback win. This year they drafted Ashton Genty, one of the highest. Who drafts a running back in the first round anymore with all those guaranteed contracts? The Brock Bowers effect. He should have a monster year too. Chip Kelly, right from New Hampshire. Chip Kelly won a national championship with Ohio State. Now comes back to the NFL with something to prove with Pete Carroll. Oh, and how many times have we talked about the Josh McDaniels angle this week? Former head coach of the Raiders. He barely lasted with them when he got fired. They fired him the night he went trick-or-treating with his family. That's who the Raiders are going against. And I look at it and say they're motivated. How about Josh McDaniels? Is he motivated? Is he motivated to take on the Raiders this week? There's so many other angles to it. You got Max Crosby. You got Will Campbell. There's a lot on the line. The Patriots right now are 2.5-point favorites. They opened up at 3.5. Maybe the news about Gonzalez has moved it down just a little bit, and if he doesn't play, could it even go lower? Again, opened 3.5. The Patriots have struggled at Gillette Stadium. Their record has been horrible at home. They did win the last game of the year against the Bills last year. I'm not counting that one. It's important for the Patriots to win games at home again. We can't just assume the Raiders at home, they got this. Yes, the Raiders are going West Coast to East Coast. But you know what? They have a veteran quarterback who's hungry. They have guys with something to prove. Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly. They have a lot going on there. Brady's now a part of it all. If you really look at it, I feel like they're ascending maybe better than the Patriots at this point. The Patriots have turned the roster over 49%. It's important for both teams. It's important for each team when it comes to the direction of their franchises. I'm going to throw it out there. Who has more to prove? The Raiders or the Patriots? And I'll tell you right now, it is the New England Patriots. But should we temper our expectations? I feel like Mike Vrabel does kind of look down on the roster a little bit. Even made mention about how they've been weak in some of their drafts. I'm fascinated to see what the team looks like this year. I'm fascinated to see what the Raiders do. Just remember, you look at games on the schedule and say that should be a win. The Raiders feel the same exact way. I do want to get into more of the Patriots. They named captains, the Christian Gonzalez situation, looking ahead at the schedule a little bit, maybe how they'll play that out. And Mike Vrabel did talk about the roster. We'll get into all that coming up here on the other side, but it's Patriots, Raiders. Football is here. We have matchups to discuss, storylines. I love the Chip Kelly versus Josh McDaniels angle. I love it. So I brought up the Christian Gonzalez thing. I do want to get into that. But the names of the captains for the Patriots this year. Hunter Henry, captain. Drake May, a captain at 23. He should be. Absolutely should be. No doubt about it. Harold Landry's been a veteran in this league, very successful for a long time. So I look at the names and it's, the one that kind of stood out to me. Robert Spillane's there and Brendan Schooler's your special teams guy. But the one that stood out to me was Marcus Jones. When you think about the cornerback group, we look at Marcus Jones as this third corner who's an exceptional special teams player and returner. Well, could he be getting more of a look this year? Did he prove something in camp? Do they like something about his qualities? Has he just been out there and leading by example with Christian Gonzalez not in the mix? And we'll get into that in a minute. Carlton Davis is going to be on one side. They claimed a player as a corner when the waivers happened. So I wonder if the Patriots are a little concerned there. But I'm sniffing more about the Marcus Jones one. Like, sorry, maybe I'm ignorant about it, but I didn't realize Marcus Jones was a leader on the team. I can only smell what I smell, and it's something smelly when it comes to Marcus Jones. This Christian Gonzalez thing's getting interesting. Listen, Christian Gonzalez is a top 5 corner in the league when healthy. And last year, he only missed a couple of games. The year before, he got hurt, a couple of games in? So it is fair to question Christian Gonzalez and his injuries. Now, is he injury prone? I'd probably say no. For now. This is a hamstring. Like, these things take time. And again, week 1 has always been an extension of the preseason, right? It's always been that. But if you really want to look at the Raiders' depth chart, I'm not trying to defend the Patriots for taking it easy with Christian Gonzalez. I'm just trying to be realistic that if he doesn't play this week, I still think it can be a favorable matchup for the Patriots. Like, their starting wide receivers are Dante Thornton and Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. Amari Cooper's there too. But if you're without Gonzalez, you still have multiple corners who can defend. Now, the safety's a different thing, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. But I'm starting to just look at it as maybe they give him the extra week because they're going to need him versus the Dolphins. No doubt about that. But just, again, to kind of wrap this in, Marcus Jones named captain. The status of Christian Gonzalez now for week 1's in question. And I just can't help but think about his future. Do they need him week 1? I don't know. Miami week 2 they do. Pittsburgh too. I've always asked if he's injury prone. The talk out of the draft was his size, his strength. It's a hamstring. These things do take time. I hate to bring up the Terry Glenn situation, but he had the hamstring was out a little bit, right? I mean, Randy Moss had a hamstring thing and broke the single-season record in camp. So it could go either way, right? But here's the other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'll bring in Skaz in for this too. The other thing I just wanted to bring up, I don't know or think that Christian Gonzalez is a loafer. I don't. I think he enjoys the game of football. He's played at multiple schools in college, and he was a first-round pick. When he's on the field, he's been nothing but good. And when I hear his interviews, he sounds like a good kid. But is his agent in his head? Does he start to think about his future? Next year, he'll be eligible for an extension. Sauce Gardner last year loafed around, wouldn't tackle. Still got his money. The money that's being thrown around to these corners is huge. Singletary, right? He's another guy who got paid. Surtain, like there's more. We saw what Jalen Ramsey got years ago and has been getting traded multiple times for first-round picks. I'm just wondering if it's worth questioning his future. How does that work with the Crafts, with Vrabel, and an extension? I said it earlier, I'll say it again. When you have a top corner, a drafted left tackle, and a quarterback, those are solutions. Those aren't problems. That should be a part of your future, and you build around that, specifically when it comes to rookie contracts. But if it's an injury thing, and you wonder if he'll play timid because his contract could be worth an extension the following year, I have to question these things. So, Skaz, I'll bring you in. Hello. How are you?
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
Good. The Marcus Jones thing, it's smelly to me. I never, when did he become Mr. Capo? I just, sorry, I don't know. I'm sniffing around that one. Is it a message? Is it a message to the position group? Hey, you play like him. He might be undersized, but you know what? He can play.
Plays both ways, Joe.
That's right. Plays both ways and special teams. Oh, yeah. So am I sniffing around here? Am I reaching a little bit? Am I thinking about what Sauce Gardner did a year ago? The future of him. They could get a big asset for him. They really could. I think they would have to pay him because they have to show the rest of the league they're willing to pay their own guys. They have to do that. But this one becomes a little more smelly considering he's missing week 1. Do you think they need him week 1?
I think they always need him. He's their best player on defense. I mean, maybe you want to say one of the new guys, Milton Williams, or I think Carlton Davis is a very good player, but Christian Gonzalez has been, sold to us as the star of this team, as, one of the top 10 corners in the league, top 5, depending on who you ask. And they need him. He's their guy. He's the guy you see on, other than Drake May, he is their probably most recognizable player right now. And never mind just the recognition. I'm talking skill, talent. He's, I would say, their most talented player they have right now. He's younger than Stephon Diggs. I think he will be more impactful this season if healthy than Stephon Diggs. Corners matter more than ever in today's NFL with how much teams pass, and Christian Gonzalez was one of the small advantages the Patriots had on some teams. They had a lockdown corner when healthy. I, for the past couple weeks have been saying, or more thinking than anything, but that this wasn't that big of a deal. They're just taking care of their stars. You see this with teams around the league where they don't risk anything with these guys in preseason anymore. They don't play in any of the games, some of these guys. But now that we're here with week 1 and he's not going to play, it certainly seems like he's not going to play, and you're going to tell me he's going to miss week 1 and then he's going to go down to Miami and look good in Miami week 2, I don't feel good about that at all.
Just was going to say that to you. I think that they could go without him in week 1 because of the, Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers. There's speed, don't get me wrong, but
then you're going to throw him out there to Tyreek Hill in Miami in that heat?
He won't be ready for that. He would have had to practice this week, miss the game, and practice next week. So I agree with you. He's probably down 2 weeks. And then you get Pittsburgh with Rodgers. I mean, that's a different story. I'm looking ahead here. But let's just talk about the scenario, right? Say whatever you want, injury prone, whatever. When he's on the field, he can take away half the field. You can do different defenses. You can blitz. So you're right, guys. Having him on the field is tremendous. But he's missed 5 weeks with a hamstring. This happened on July 28th. What's today? September 2nd? To me, that's 30-something. Joe math, over 30 days. Not good. And then the old lingering contract extension in the offseason. Sauce Gardner got 4 years and $120 million. Who would you rather have, Sauce Gardner or Christian Gonzalez? Waiting. The Pats aren't paying him $120 million. Not the way it's going right now. And I almost wonder if they're doing it or he's doing it. Looking ahead. And Skaz, Christian Gonzalez saw all those players get their extensions, right? He watched them all. Well, now he's the best player on defense. He's waiting for his, too. And you know what? I'm not saying he's that kind of guy because he's never showed it. Never showed it.
Don't you think this is where Mike Vrabel really comes into play? Like, if Mike Vrabel is who we've been told he is, if he is the defensive-minded, hard ass, all that stuff, Christian Gonzalez is not going to loaf around on defense and half-ass tackles and miss assignments because he's upset about his contract. And if he does, I think that's a bad look on Mike Vrabel. Obviously, it's a bad look on Gonzalez, but for me, that comes back to Vrabel. It's his defense. These guys are now his guys. I know Christian Gonzalez isn't technically like a Mike Vrabel guy, but he's the most talented player on his defense. That's now a Mike Vrabel guy.
What's the line, though? Like, what's the line? Hey, man, we just need you out there. Do whatever you got to do, but we need you out there. And if he loafs, right? But he's out there. But like when you're an athlete and you want to make money and you mentioned it. This is why Mike Vrabel comes in hand. Isn't that why he just cut Jabril Peppers? They looked at it and said, "Well, this guy's going to be a backup. Is he going to be okay being a backup?"
Michigan guy, get him out of here. That's what Mike Vrabel was thinking.
Ooh, didn't even think about that end of it. Good question on that. Where does Vrabel stand on that? Like, does he understand it as a player, or is it his way or the highway? And I'm telling you, if Mike Vrabel made one mention to ownership about, hey, I think we should try to. My only thing is, guys, the Patriots are been awful at drafting, right? You've got literally a star corner, a guy you think could be your future left tackle, and a quarterback you think is part of your future, right? Like, those are three positions other teams can't draft, and somehow you have them. How? I don't know.